an overflow. Public schools open today in New York City, and this new inundation of children in the public school system in New York, it is way out of control. They had no idea how to handle it. Nobody was in charge. And many of these children, by the way, do not speak English, putting massive stress on what is an already failing school system. Wow, great job, Mayor Adams. Let's give him, okay. Anyway, I agree. Curtis Sliwa has a lot to say. He'll be here tonight. The Democratic mayor of this once proud sanctuary city, he's now worried that so-called asylum seekers are going to destroy New York City forever. We have full coverage tonight. Also, but first I want to begin with this. I've been talking a lot about a canary in a coal mine as it relates to Joe Biden, your president. He does not know that tonight is Thursday. But for those of him around him that do know, watch closely, because some of Joe's biggest allies in the media mob, which is nothing other than an extension of the White House press room, they're now starting to turn on the man that they helped elect. Remember the Biden candidate protection program and the presidential protection program and deny that Hunter's laptop is very real program? Well, we predicted that when America's overpaid fake news journalists, they're really talk show hosts like me, except they're not honest enough to say so. And I said so, by the way. You know, they say they accurately are covering Biden's massive cognitive decline and corruption. They have up till now been avoiding it. And allegations that the big guy is in big trouble. Buckle up, because now even fake news, CNN, is starting to tell a little bit of truth. They're beginning to even sound a little like yours truly. Take a look.
This morning we have brand new CNN polling. The numbers, they're looking rough for President Biden. We've been talking about it all morning, and the fact that it could be a trouble.
Stick around. I know some of you have seen some of this stuff already, but stick around. I've got something very important at the end.
Troubling sign for Democrats and the president's hope for re-election in 2024.
There is no way to spin this. CNN reads the country's mood right now and finds that America is deeply unhappy with Joe Biden. Most Democratic voters hope for a change at the top of the ticket, and Americans don't take the president at his word when he talks about his son, Hunter.
Joe Biden's like that grandpa that you love, that you believe in, you owe a lot, but you start to wonder, would you give this grandpa a high-stress job for 6 more years, or would you want something else for him?
55% of Americans, a majority, believe Biden's actions related to the Hunter Biden probe inappropriate.
Oof, problematic new polling numbers out this morning for President Biden. The CNN poll finds his approval rating sinking to just 39%.
Wow. Uh-oh. That's right. Biden is now polling at 39%. That's a level that only Jimmy Carter matched. Now, nearly 60% believe that his policies have now made our economy worse. Why? 61% of our fellow Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Average American now owes $54,000 in debt. 58%, and again, a CNN poll, don't like Biden personally. What's to like? They think he's a bad person and unlikable. A whopping 76% are worried about Biden's ability to even serve another term justifiably. 67% of Democrats, they wish they could have someone else other than Biden leading the ticket. And despite Biden's many, many lies, over 60% of voters think that Biden was involved with his son's business dealings abroad that brought in tens of billions of dollars for Hunter and company with no experience at all whatsoever. They believe Joe was involved. A large plurality now believe that Joe Biden actually broke the law. On this program, we have long highlighted Joe Biden's serious misconduct. And get this, no one in the media mob has ever really rebuked our coverage. Remember very early on I started to say he was weak and frail and a cognitive mess? Yeah, I didn't get much criticism for that. And I talked about Joe milky at night, warm milky and sippy cup and going night-night. And if he was really good, he'd get some ice cream before he goes night-night. Anyway, because everybody with eyes to see knows that it is true. But for years, they just simply ignored what was transparent and obvious to every person. And that is, they did this to protect the big guy. And of course, obsessively, compulsively, hate Trump every second, every minute, every hour of every day, every week, every month, every year. Now, all of this despite a huge amount of evidence that Joe Biden committed really serious crimes Then, of course, we have the Joe Biden bribery, money laundering allegations. Now we have photographic evidence of him meeting with some of Hunter's business partners, having lunch with some of them, Cafe Milano, oligarchs from Russia, Kazakhstan, elsewhere, 20 phone calls that Devon Archer talked about. We got eyewitness testimony. We've got texts. We've got emails that Joe benefited financially from all this, and a very lengthy paper trail showing possible money laundering. And of course, look at the amount of money we're talking about. Not a couple of $1,000s. We're talking about tens and tens of millions of dollars funneled to 9 family members of Joe Biden through shady shell corporations, according to House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer. Hunter Biden and his sketchy overseas business deals with China and Russia and Romania and Kazakhstan and Ukraine and Mexico and all these other countries, all these foreign business deals were at the center of it all. And yet Joe Biden's weaponized DOJ, they were ready to sweep it all right under the rug. But now even fake news, CNN, they're starting to sound a lot like this program, more and more. By the way, I'd like to thank them for watching, but they should give attribution for getting the story right to us. Take a look.
DOJ has given me whiplash on this one because 6 weeks ago they did walk into court and they were ready to get rid of this case for a misdemeanor and dismiss the gun charge. Now they're about to indict him for a felony gun charge, which would likely carry jail time if there's a conviction. The only conclusion that I think is consistent with all this is that the whistleblowers were right, that initially DOJ was ready to go in there and give this deal away cheaply. And when the political pressure amped up, DOJ did a complete 180.
All right, if you're keeping track, CNN is now essentially admitting that the Joe Biden bribery, money laundering allegation scandal is very real. They are also accusing Joe Biden's Department of Justice, part of his executive branch. They're accusing them of trying to cover it up to protect the Biden family. And of course, they're also heavily suggesting, yeah, Joe is way too old and too cognitively impaired to run for a second term. CNN took one look at their poll and saw the writing now may be on the wall. They're abandoning ship. Are they the first of many? That's the question. What prominent elected Democrat will follow suit? What other Democrats will follow the example? If any Democratic lawmakers or governors start openly questioning Joe Biden's ethics, his family business, the millions of dollars for seemingly no work but for influence peddling, and whether or not bribery and money laundering are involved, if they start questioning whether or not he's fit for office, his days as a candidate in the 2024 race, they are now numbered. Let's be clear here. According to my sources, they've already been trashing Biden behind closed doors. No one in the Democratic Party seems to like Joe Biden. They all see what we see. They're just, as of now, not saying it publicly. And by the way, that includes his vice president, Kamala Harris. And by the way, she doesn't look mentally capable herself of doing a good job. Everyone knows he's a congenital liar. He's a plagiarizer. He's also a narcissist who would do pretty much anything for a buck or a little prestige. And the way that he treated his own granddaughter in Arkansas, not recognizing this innocent girl for over 4 years, pretty repulsive and pretty disgusting. She's an innocent young girl. No birthday cards, no invites to the White House. And by the way, even the family dog that bit Secret Service agents got a personalized ornament on the Joe Biden Christmas tree before this little girl did. Joe Biden, the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, they have been a national disgrace. Every policy they implement is creating more pain for the American people. It's no wonder Joe completed the DOJ's transformation into an arm of the Democratic Party. He knew he'd need that. He doesn't have any character or ethics and probably couldn't even recite a single line from our Constitution. And the media mob, they know that too, and they've been ignoring it up till now. But that is now beginning to change. And
So I'll end that there. Now, obviously, this is really, really interesting. I have a couple things that I want to ask you guys. First thing is this. Do you think any Democrats will come out and speak out against any of this? Let me know. I don't believe so. I really don't. And I think Hannity made a great point there at the end. I think one of the reasons why Biden is still in the race is because he has to be. As much as, remember I guys told you. What did I just, I'm talking like Joe Biden at this point. Whoa, I'm not even about to edit that out. Remember I told you guys. Wow, that's going to be a major blooper right there. Anyway, remember I told you guys, one thing that I've learned throughout this journey of finding the truth is that Democrats accuse Republicans of what Democrats are doing or they already have done. And what's one thing that Democrats accuse Trump of? They accuse Trump of trying to run so that he can hide from the law. Kind of interesting, huh? Now let's take a look at Democrats and Joe Biden. When everybody sees something's clearly off here with Joe, right? Obvious. It's obvious. It's as clear as day. And I'm not making fun of old people. As I've stated a million times, it is a beautiful thing to grow to an old age. One main reason is because not everybody gets that opportunity. I'm sure all of you know many people that will never see the age of 70, that will never see the age of 60, or let alone 50, some 40, some 30, right? It's a beautiful thing to grow to an old age. Not everybody gets that opportunity for a wide range of reasons. A wide range of reasons. So this isn't a knock on old folks, but when you clearly have something wrong, it's time to step aside. See, I don't have a problem with old people, being in office. I have a problem with people who aren't capable of, performing their duties being in office. That's what I have a problem with. When you need assistance, I got an issue with that. Other than, like a regular assistant, hey, answer these phone calls for me, so I'm not sitting on the phone all day. Hey, handle this paperwork or whatever for me, it's a long list, but for the most part, I can handle stuff on my own, it's common sense. We all know what a regular assistant is, But I feel like for some of these politicians, like, it's not just like a regular assistant. It's like it's basically like the assistant is doing their job for them when they weren't the ones elected. But, when it's as clear as day and he's still running, it just makes you think, are they trying to accuse Trump of it because that's what he's doing? Because he knows once Trump gets in office and they can actually investigate and really dive into it all, he knows he's actually going to go to jail. Is that why they're going this far? Y'all let me know. I think it's an interesting thought. Talk to me in the comments section. And then also, last thing, and I find this interesting as well. And once again, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions. I could be wrong on any of this stuff, okay? Are they setting Joe up to get him out of office? Is that the thing too? They don't care that he wants to stay. It's over with. They see the writing on the wall. If he's the one running, they know they're going to lose. They'd rather him go down than they all go down, right? And are they trying to abandon ship? And that's why all of mainstream media, all at once, isn't that kind of weird? All at once go against Joe. Everybody pulls out these polls now all of a sudden. Everybody's pulling them out. Oh, look, Joe Biden, he's doing terrible here, terrible there. Well, he's been doing terrible in a lot of polls for a while now, and now you all decide to start reporting on it? I don't know. I just find that weird. I feel like it may be a setup to, nudge him out of that position, to get their viewers used to maybe Joe isn't the guy you guys want, kind of thing, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I just thought that was really, really interesting that, what Hannity was talking about there, and how just all of the media all at once. It's like a canary in a coal mine, kind of. Is this the canary in the coal mine? Y'all let me know. If you don't know what the canary in the coal mine, well, I'm sure most of y'all know already. And for those of you that don't know, just look it up, okay? It's real simple. Once the canary is dead, that means you need to get out because you're going to be dead soon too, okay? Now, I'm not saying Joe Biden is going to, be pine boxed. That's not what I mean. I should make that very, very clear so nobody tries to twist my words. It's kind of annoying that I even have to continually do this stuff every day, but I guarantee you the day that I don't do it, somebody's going to twist my words and say, oh, well, he was saying this. No, I wasn't. I'm not saying that he's going to literally die or I want him to die or anything like that. That is not N-O-T what I am trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I mean is This is going to get him out of office. This is the push to get him out of office. That's all I mean by the canary in the coal mine. All right, I've made that clear. But yeah, y'all let me know. How do you feel about that? Is it or is it not? Is he still trying to stay in office so that he can avoid, being put in prison? Obviously, at his age, that would be, any time in jail would be a life sentence, basically, right? I mean, he's past the average, age, of that Americans live to. So, right. Once again, not making fun of old people. That's just a fact. He's over what's the average age? Isn't it like 76 or something for men in America? 76. It's somewhere in the upper 70s, right? And once again, it's nothing against old folks. It's a beautiful thing, but it's just a fact. So going to jail is basically a life sentence for any period of time. So do you guys feel that's the case? And also, will there be any Democrats that will, kind of go against the grain, I should say? I don't think there will be. One thing that I do see Democrats do is, and it kind of bothers me sometimes when Republicans don't do it, when we have the opportunities to. I'm not saying that we always have to be on the same page and in lockstep and think alike, and it's kind of weird, but there are some situations where I'm like, yo, why aren't we all on the same page? The voters are all saying this one thing, but then the Republican politicians, some of you are with us and some of you are saying something different. It's weird. And, obviously some of that can be explained by the rhinos and whatnot, but it's not even always like, I don't know how to explain it, what I'm thinking. It's not always like a clear rhino type of situation. It's just like Republicans should just all be on the same. Well, maybe it is. Maybe, they just want Democrats to always be on the same page. Because that's one thing I've noticed. Democrats, the politicians, they're always on the same page. Always. Almost every single time, they're all on the same page. One of them might get the messaging a little wrong sometimes, but then the next time they come back out, they've corrected it. They've got the messaging the next time right. They've gotten their little pep talk or coaching session or whatever and got it right the next time. You rarely ever see Democrats speak out against what the rest of them are saying or buck the trend. And sometimes I feel like Republicans should be doing the same, but I guess maybe we have too many rhinos, man. Which, hey, y'all know what to do next election. Y'all know exactly what to do. Okay? No more rhinos. No more. The age of the rhino is over with. We're done. We're done with them folks. Absolutely done. But yeah, y'all let me know what you thought about this in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love.